Hello. I like to meet people where they are, and so I wanted to do this clip to help people that are maybe still into the church, and that are listening. And I'm not trying to sway anyone. I just want you to be able to tie it in to what you see and read in your biblical text. Because I remember there's a story in the New Testament that talks actually about chakras. Maybe you overlooked it. It talks about rising to the Christ consciousness. It was a story about the Messiah when he went into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. I don't believe in the devil. I believe in a lower energy being. So I'll just use your lower energy being. So a lower energy being tempted the Messiah. And anytime we're tempted in this third dimensional plane, it will always be with survival tactics, temptation, and then power. Because those are the lowest chakras, energy pools in our body. The first one is the root chakra, which deals with survival. The next one up is the sacral chakra. It has to do with temptation, and above that is like the stomach, the solar plex. It has to do with power or will. So in the wilderness, the low energy being told the Messiah, he says he knew that the Messiah had been on a fast for 40 days and 40 nights. So he said to him, turn this rock into bread. The Messiah replied and said, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. The chakra above that, the temptation, was used when the lower energy being brought the Messiah into a cliff and told him to jump off the cliff, tempting him to jump. The Messiah replied and said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. And finally, the lower energy being brought the Messiah to a higher cliff and said to him, look at all of this. I will give you all of this if you bow down and worship me. The Messiah returned and replied and said to the lower energy being, worship the Lord thy God, and only him shall you serve. So I wanted to share with you that we will always be tempted on these levels. Even our music, money, sex, and power. We are tempted on these levels. I'm not saying ignore these levels. I'm not saying tune them out, because sometimes church folk go overboard with tuning energy out. We're energy. You can't just turn off an energy portal and energy pool inside your body and expect your body to be in balance. I am not saying that. I'm saying create a balance in your life. I'm saying to not spend your whole life dwelling on money, sex, and power, and forgetting about the higher chakras. Because the higher chakras are how you rise from the dead, or how you can walk on water, or evolve into higher consciousness or Christ consciousness. Because the chakra above that stomach or the solar plex has to do with the heart chakra, which is love. Then there's the throat chakra, which is self-expression. Above that is the third eye, clairvoyancy. And finally, the Christ consciousness, the all-knowing enlightenment, has to do with the crown chakra. So that is our purpose here, to rise to those chakras. And sometimes, sometimes the message can be overlooked. We are energy, we have energy pools, and they all need to be in balance. So I'm not saying block one, because like, for example, the heart needs to be in balance. But sometimes there are these nice people who feel like, oh, I gotta love my enemies, and they constantly give love, give. That is not a balanced heart chakra. You have to pull that thing back sometime. You can't always give. At least you be on E for yourself. So there's a time to give, and there's a time to pull back. But the heart chakra and every chakra in your body needs to be in balance. That's what it means to become one, to be a higher consciousness, to rise to that. And I just wanted to share that with the religious people, and maybe that can help you tie what I'm talking about waking up and rising to Christ consciousness. Maybe you can tie that into your biblical text. I just hope it can help you on your journey. That's all. I'm just trying to help you. Bless you. Wake up, gods.